introduction of a counterforce. Having said that, however, usually New Year's resolutions are dealing only with the mortal mind, only with rational self-will. And we all know that there's a limit past which our rationality and our self-will doesn't cut it. Doesn't cut it when we're talking about those sometimes long-established patterns that hold us back. Now, what I want is for all of us to agree that this is the year that we step up. You know, the Course in Miracles says the power of that agreement. The Course in Miracles says that the most powerful force in the universe is an agreement between two people. And of course, we all know the concept when two or more are gathered. And that's really a lot of why we are here on Tuesday nights. You can read and I can read, you can think, I can think. But when you attend something like this, or a church, or a synagogue, or a mosque, any kind of congregation of people who are joined together to discuss these deeper issues of life, this creates a field of possibility that does not otherwise exist for the individual. The Course in Miracles says that an idea grows stronger when it is shared. So we share on this night. We share on this night the possibility of infinite possibility. We share on this night the thought that who you were last year is not who you have to be this year. We share in the thought that whatever the patterns have been that have held us back, the fears and the insecurities and the doubts and the defects, all of those things which it's sometimes very important to look into, but we look into them in order to surrender them. We feel appropriate remorse. We feel appropriate humiliation. We feel appropriate embarrassment. We feel appropriate regret. And then at a certain point, we want to remember that the same aspect of mind which sets us up to do the weak thing, to do the wrong thing, is the same aspect of mind which would then make you think that you're such a jerk for having done it. And then it's also the same aspect of mind which would tell you you're that way and you can't change. Now, the problem here is that God cannot do anything for us that he cannot do through us. And the Course in Miracles says that God has an answer to every problem the moment that the problem appears. The issue is that God cannot provide solutions onto the earth except through human beings. If God is only a force of abstraction, if God is only a force of theory, if God is only a force of principle, if we do not allow ourselves to be the container, if we do not allow ourselves to receive the principle and become that which has 2 feet living on the earth, but thinking the principles, thinking those thoughts, and then acting on them, then God remains merely abstract possibility. Abstract possibility does not feed a hungry child. Abstract possibility does not give mercy and compassion and tenderness. Abstract possibility is not alone that which solves our problems. It's when abstract possibility becomes incarnate in real men and real women. It's when abstract possibility becomes that which lights a fire inside us and makes us people who are willing to do more than just believe something, but rather people who are willing to become something, and who particularly powerfully at the beginning of a year will say to ourselves, it may as well be now. It may as well be now. Because if ever there was a time for you to become that which you are capable of being, if ever there was a time for human beings to step into the possibility of all that is good and true and holy and beautiful within us, surely it is now. Because the inertia of weakness, the inertia of pathology, the inertia of neurosis, the inertia of that which is not quite right within us is small compared to the global inertia, which is not only sad, it is more than sad. It is becoming increasingly unsustainable for the future of life on earth. And yet that will not change unless people turn around. There's not going to be a turning around on the planet until first there is a turning around in us. And there is absolutely nothing humble about saying, well, there's just a limit to what I can do. The Course in Miracles says that the thinking of the world is 180 degrees away from the thinking of God. And one of the ways in which the thinking of the world is completely upside down is in the area of humility and arrogance. There is nothing humble about saying, well, you know, who am I? What can I do? The Course in Miracles says that a self-perception like that is actually arrogant because it implies that you must have made yourself, because God doesn't make weak. God doesn't make junk.